All artists deserve some kind of support. Oh, this looks like a good bit.
Persian arms and armor. Okay, let's start with the double-handed axe.
Wow. That's complete with landscape.
And yeah, exactly. Bede, the shaft is original. That's the interesting thing about this.
Oh, so it was like that looks like a copper alloy shaft, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. So
And
this is carried in procession, like
yes.
in
yes, definitely processions. Look at this, Bede. this
is wonderful.
Look at, they're so beautiful, you know.
Yeah. See, this is it. Persian traditions kept going.
Yeah.
They kept developing. I mean, you look at the mounts at the top where the blade joins the socket, and that could be from 1,000 years earlier. It's
you're right.
And,
I remember,
but beautifully decorated.
But we talked about ancient Iran, those ones, right? Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
magnificent Persian khanjar. And one of
It amazes me that the hilts are so sculptural and the blades are so deadly looking.
Yes.
I mean, to forge those blades out of woods is a major accomplishment. Then to polish them, then to inlay them with gold. It's just so much careful, skilled work. And look at the way that they're built. So you've got a central rib, you've got a kind of hollow ground part, then you've got the blade edges coming out. It's very complex cross section. Really hard to do.
Look at the scabbard. Some of the Persian khanjars have such scabbards. Look at that.
So that's like a silk brocade or something like that.
It's brocade, exactly.
Yeah. See, this is beautiful stuff.
Beautiful. Let me just see if I have.
I assume that there was originally a shape on that too. So this is see the degree of decoration on the hilt makes it look very delicate and pretty. And then you see the blade and realize it's really quite a serious weapon.
Look at the king holding a mace.
Oh yeah, well, mace is always a good thing to have. And he's wearing a crown, but it looks like there's an aventail, like a male aventail, like you'd have on a helmet.
Yeah, that's right.
But the thing is that all of this carving also gave you a really good grip.
Yeah, of course.
I think down towards the crossguard area, there's a man playing a setar or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't show you the pegs, so you don't know how many strings.
They are dancing, maybe. Oh no, they're drinking wine. No, I see that.
Yeah, I can see somebody with one of those globular bottles.
Yeah.
So they're having a big party in front of the king. But look at the beautiful flower decoration on the blade.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, it's just, top quality stuff.
Amazing.
Oh, here's another. These, again, really high quality blades.
Yeah, I mean, they have...
That's an old blade. That's what, 16th century blade?
Yeah, very old one.
Yeah. And look at the
Bede, this is not every day you see that type of quality of daggers.
No, no.
It's
I've
unbelievable.
only ever seen one like that, to handle, and they're absolutely stunning work. Um, that's gold inlay. The black is that enamel or is it niello?
Let me see.
Oh no, it's not. It's
Mm-mm.
carved.
It's carved.
So that's carved into, is it wood or horn?
No, no, no. This is a metal handle beat.
Oh, so this is beaten out. Oh, that's even
Metal.
more impressive.
This is metal.
That's really hard.
So this is
And then,
metal. This is metal.
mm,
And yeah, this is then engraved, chiseled, and metal handle.
wow, that's impressive work. That's very, very difficult to do.
So as you know, some Persian khanjars have metal handles. Not many, but some is one of
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah.
And look at
I've got
this. The battle
mm,
between the lion and the bull. This time the lion
yeah,
decides to ride the bull completely.
yeah.
Funny, isn't it? Look at this.
No, that's really nicely done.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've got a hand jar from India with a water steel handle like that,
Oh,
but not raised or anything, just smooth. And it's like two pieces of water steel that are braced together. Um, but yeah, see, this is it. That is a really sophisticated blade in terms of its design and its fabrication, and it's very good to look at. I mean, you get a real depth of you feel the depth of the blade, the strength of the blade,
I mean,
and I like the yeah. Go on.
what these cultures can offer from what we have seen, what the amount of craftsmanship and what they can create is
Yeah,
amazing.
and yeah, this is it. And we've looked from Africa to Turkey to Iran, and there's brilliant craftsmen everywhere, or
Every
were, still are in a lot of these places. It's foolish to. I mean, sometimes the individual crafts are gone, but the tradition of craftsmanship lives on.
yes.
But yeah, that uh, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It didn't look like metal, um, but it's so well done. It is so exceptionally well done. Oh, a tabazin,
Yes.
maybe.
Oh God, this is a heavy one, made of patterned crucible steel. Look.
Hmm. These are serious helmet cracking axes, aren't
Yes,
they?
so you don't want to get hit with that.
No, it's yeah. These are solid.
Solid, yeah.
I've seen one or two of these in person. There was a collector in western part of Sydney who
Mm.
died a few years ago that had quite a large collection, and there were a few of these, and he let me pick them up and wave them around a bit. And they just had so much physicality about them. They really felt like they were designed to do serious damage. I mean, the present understanding of the word tabazin is saddle axe. Um, but I remember, I think it was in one of Asaraf's works on Furussia that he pointed out that they were early. A bigger axe was called tabazin. There wasn't a saddle axe, and then
Yes, that's right.
then later on they called these tabazin because they were for the saddle. You had a ring on your a ring that they slipped into that was attached to the
Indeed,
pommel of the saddle.
interestingly, in today's Iran, today, I'm not talking about
Mm.
average people, right? People who are into these type of things. Those
Yeah, yeah.
huge ones, they call it tabarzin, and they call this
Mm.
one tabar. So it corroborates with what Asaraf says. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, he definitely was right about it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Uh, it's amazing when you see them because they're so hatchet-like. But when you see the head from the top and you realize how thick that, I mean, the blade is very thick around the socket and then tapers down to a quite a narrow edge. But they're solid.
Solid, solid.
Mm.
And now look at
Oh,
this
oh, that's
beautiful
beautiful.
card beat. Oh,
Yeah.
God, look at this one.
These are among my favorite knives because it could be just a standard knife. It's just very, very well designed and beautifully decorated. But I mean, yeah, you could defend yourself with it. But I think most of them were used for cutting up food because they're so practical. I mean, it's almost like a chef's knife.
Yes, and some of them have reinforced tip
Yeah, well,
and solid
sometimes,
blades. Solid
yeah,
blades.
that's what I always liked about. I've got a few. I mean, but most of mine are T-section blades. I have one or two like this, but they're very worn and old, so they don't have the crispness that these blades have. And see, look at that can
Raised
cover
gold inlaying
decoration.
bead. Raised gold inlaying.
Yeah, yeah, almost two
Zarneshan, as we say
dimensional.
in Persian. Yes. And
Yeah,
walrus
see,
ivory handle. Yeah.
mm, yeah, I can see that characteristic pattern in the ivory.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that gold work is so beautiful when you've got it, next to your face. I don't own anything of that quality,
Unbelievable.
but something small like that just stands out and says, how good are these? The person that owns this or owned this in the original person who had it made
Yeah.
probably had a really good understanding of nice. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. Straight Persian straight sword. And these are
Mm.
those etched ones. Look at these.
It's a very oh yeah. Oh, we've got somebody. Well, whatever they're doing, they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just looking step by step. They're all in a little cartouche kind of thing of two or three people. The
Yeah.
thing that's interesting about this blade shape is very old, but this blade is what, 19th century?
19. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we never forgot about these blade shapes. But you
No.
can see blades with that fuller pattern, that shape, contour, and everything made in the 1500s as well.
Yeah.
Just the decoration is different because of different styles and things that were appreciated then. Oh,
Yes. A shamshir
that's very nice.
with a magnificent Persian crucible steel blade.
Yeah.
Amale
And
Asadullah Esfahani, different writings, right, Pete? But
yeah,
as I've published that, right? Very beautiful. The work of
I,
Asadullah.
the crossguard is so lovely.
Pete, I think I told you, right? I have written an article and all those Asadullah, which I have been
Oh, yeah, yeah,
analyzing for years, different museums collections. I put them next to each other in one upcoming article, which is coming soon, in a scientific
excellent.
article, so you can see them
Yeah,
different ones.
yeah, that's great. I'm sure a lot of people will want to read that. I'm going to say a couple of things about the hilt.
Yes, please.
Um, that where the top part of the quillion block, like a reverse langet, runs up the hilt,
Yeah,
you can see that little pattern,
yeah,
the V shape coming in on the ivory hilt. Probably there was a metallic silk
yes,
band wrapped around there, and may have even had a loop for your hand
yes,
uh, to give you more precise grip when you're fighting and your hand gets sweaty or covered in blood or whatever.
yes,
Um, this, I would say, had been in a fight because the upper quillion looks as though it's been knocked back by a very strong blow. Not from another sword, possibly from a mace or something like that.
yes, yes,
Um, these, again, people who haven't handled them don't realize that the handle's almost square in cross section.
yes,
It gives you a really solid grip, even though it's quite thin and narrow. It gives you a really solid grip. But you weren't meant to hold it like an axe. You held it in a particular style to get the maximum out of it. I love the way that kind of diamond shape in the middle has that little decorative piece running down it. Just such good design.
and the kolahak, pommel cap,
Yeah,
wool chalk,
everything
cross guard.
everything en suite with each other, so that
Yes,
the
everything.
decoration is the same from one to the other.
Very beautiful.
Um, yeah, that was lovely. Oh, is that painted?
Yes. Hey, let me show it
Wow,
to you.
wow.
Pete, do you remember we
That's
had similar ones in Hermitage Museum again? Do you remember?
yeah, yeah.
You remember?
This is quite exceptional.
Yeah.
See, often when we see things, they're all polished and everything. We don't know that they were like this. A lot of the things where there's plain pieces of metal could have had painting on them.
Yeah, could
But
have.
of
Yeah,
course,
of course.
and painting gets damaged and people polish it off.
Yes.
Um, doesn't stop the helmet working.
Beautiful, huh, Pete?
Yeah, yeah. That shape is a particularly nice shape for a helmet when it's sitting at the right height on your head and everything. It looks very elegant.
So
Um,
for our guys, this part is the nasal is called damogak, and here feather holder are called jopari, and on top is called nazak, small spear. Just for
yeah,
guys who want to know that.
yeah. No, no, that's excellent. And I see it's got a little thing for turning to adjust the nasal.
Yes,
Yeah, really, they're really nicely made.
yes,
Uh, but
very
the
nice.
actual design on it is brilliant. I really, I'm impressed. There's, aside from things like the Hermitage, you don't see things like that very often. And one of the demon-headed ones,
Yes,
it looks like it's two
Pete,
demons.
true. Yes, Pete, do you remember again the similar helmet? We discussed it in one of the major collections of museums, if you remember.
Yeah,
Huge.
I can see the fitting for the nasal, but I'm really wondering how the nasal got over the nose of the bottom demon. That must have been a bit difficult. And that's
Imagine
all
wearing such a
gilded.
helmet. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like one of those samurai Japanese helmets, with
Yeah, there is, yeah, this distinct similarity where it's, yeah, it's bizarre, but on the other hand, it's designed to make you stand out.
yeah.
I mean,
And look at
it's a
the top.
wonderful design.
Look at the top. There is a trident on the top.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that and I'm thinking to myself, what's the symbology of that? I don't know within Iranian art. I mean, I've seen tridents, but in much
Pete, look
older.
at the
Oh,
intricate
look at the
design.
detail. There's an archer. I can see an archer.
Yeah. It's so
Two archers, one either
amazing.
side of his nose.
Yeah.
How wonderfully done that is.
Yeah.
So
Exceptional quality.
that's chiseled and gilded.
Yeah. Chiseled and gilded. Yes. It's
Yeah,
not
this is
etched, chiseled and gilded, the whole surface.
yeah, that's really a lot of work.
Yeah.
But well done. Oh, another good area.
Yeah, you see, Vid, look.
Oh, rock crystal. This is the top half of the fakir's crutch, as it's called in English.
Vid,
Rubies,
look at
emeralds.
this one. Oh, God.
Uh,
Jesus.
for people that don't know about it, rock crystal is a form of quartz that looks like glass and is so difficult to carve because it's very hard and prone to fracture. So you've got to make sure you've got one that doesn't have too many cracks or inclusions in it. And the result is something to a modern eye looks like it's just made out of glass, but that would take a lot longer to make than any piece of glass you've ever seen. And it's remarkably good quality. That
Set with stone. You see that?
yeah, collars.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, you can see because the surface is carved at both ends and where the staff would come up to sit into it.
Yeah.
This is at emperor level. This
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. Emperor level, no doubt.
yeah,
Look, Pete.
yeah,
This is emperor level.
yeah. And see the way they've made the hole for the tang for the staff to fit in.
Mm.
They've
Yeah,
tried to get it so it reflects through the rock
yeah.
crystal to make a design of its own. Massively difficult to design. Is that another rock crystal handle?
Yes, rock crystal handle in the shape
Hmm.
of a
Popular
horse.
horse show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love their
Ruby
horses.
eyes, satin
Hmm.
gold frame.
Well, yes. So this in India is called kanja,
Yes,
I think.
yes,
Notice it's got finger grooves.
yes. Finger groove.
Uh, I'm never quite sure whether these are meant to be used that way or that way, because the kind of recurved blade is very good for stabbing
Yeah.
forward. I mean, um, but it's double edged. It can be used to cut as well. That's actually a very solid blade. You look at it's almost like flat and then
Yeah.
tapered down to the edges.
It's a crucible
No,
steel
no,
as well. Beautiful
yeah,
solid blade.
Yeah,
Look at the horse head. How much work was put into that?
that is beautifully done. It's we know from paintings too in India in the Mughal style and the various kingdoms around Rajput kingdoms and other places like that that there was a real delight in horses. They really liked horses. Oh, this is like a cookery with
Yes.
a with a toy hilt, which would work perfectly well. I mean,
And with even with the hand guard, look at this.
yeah, oh yeah, a knuckle guard. Notice you can see the two little indentations that cookeries always have at the top at the hilt end of the blade
Yeah, here you
are
mean,
visible.
right? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, traditionally cookeries weren't made out of wood; it's steel, but there
Yeah.
are a few of them,
Yeah.
obviously made for important people,
This is a
but
very
practically.
exquisite Tolvar cookery, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that would well see the advantage of a taller grip is that when you're doing those chopping motions, it's much firmer than a
Yeah.
regular cookery.
Yeah, yeah. Much
So
firmer.
you probably would be able to do a serious amount of damage to your enemy with that. Plus the fact that you could show off how rich you were. but oh, isn't that beautiful?
We talking about emperor level. Look at this one.
Yeah, yeah. And look at the depth of the stone. You've
Unbelievable.
got like almost like scales, but that's the inside the stone. We've got emeralds and rubies and a
Yeah.
couple of quite large diamonds.
Diamonds. Exactly.
Uh
This one has rubies, diamonds, and emeralds. Exactly. In gold
yeah.
frame. Yeah.
Yeah, well that was the standard way in Mughal India they had for setting stones. Actually, even in Turkey in early Ottoman times, that's how they set stones into jade. Um,
I think
or
who
any other
asked
kind of
me some time ago, someone asked me, it's not that intricate if a jeweler can make that today. I said, I think they can, but I don't know how much it will cost you to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah, seriously. I mean, modern jewelers understand the techniques and that, but they also understand how long it takes,
Yeah.
and time is money. And if you're a very good jeweler, you may be able to make several $100,000 worth of rings in the same amount of time that it takes to make one of these.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where your rings are worth $10,000 each. So, so this to be made today, well within the technology of today, but not within the I mean, a person that was a jeweler and made one of those would be making it for himself. Again,
Unbelievable.
notice you can see the indentations for the fingers
Yeah.
along the grip. So
And
it's
yeah. Oh, yeah.
it
Indentation. Let me show it, Pete.
yeah.
And the
So it
so-called,
comes.
excuse me, go ahead.
I was going to say sometimes looking at arches rings that are done in this style, and even this one, it makes me wonder whether or not an old hilt that belonged to grandfather who was a famous warrior wasn't decorated later
Mm.
as a tribute to its original owner, whether
Yeah.
he be an emperor or a famous warrior or whatever, rather than they started out to design this with the jewels. It's just a feeling I have because,
Yeah.
particularly with the arches rings, a lot of the inlaid ones are totally practical arches rings until you put the jewelry on them,
Yeah. Of course.
and it makes me wonder whether there was a lifespan thing. Once it wasn't as common to use these as weapons, were they taken to the jewelers and engraved and etched and inlaid with gold and set with jewels
Yes. And the
because they
emeralds
had.
here, Pete, when you look
Mhm.
close and also with magnifying glass, I remember each one of them show this so-called emerald jungle into that. So those
All
intricate
right.
things, you see them in. Yeah.
So again, something that you could just look at really closely and enjoy more and more.
Yeah.
I just really like the design of this kind of stuff. I know someone that's got a couple of arches rings done with the white jade and inlay like this.
And
Well, it
another
had. I
thing,
don't know.
Pete, it doesn't have a blade, and it seemed that it was never mounted, right?
Well, that's quite possible because you'd make this up and then you'd wait for the right blade to turn up. You wouldn't just mount a common blade on this. I mean, I know there are some in collections that have very ordinary blades, that I have a feeling they were remounted because the blade itself was taken away to be used. Like that's a usable blade. And I mean, if you had a choice of taking a jewel encrusted hilt, see, that's a jade hilt, right?
Yeah,
But jade is very hard, and that would be a very practical hilt in fighting. But
beautiful.
again, I've never seen very much on how this style of dagger was used. So it's got so many ways I can see it being used, because that recurved shape is excellent for doing lots of nasty things to your enemies. But that manner of carving, that like flowers and that in low relief on the blade, that's particularly attractive. When you've got that up close, you've obviously seen this up close, but my experience is that type of carving on jade up close in the hand is really, really attractive. I've got a thumb ring made of agate that has this kind of carving on it. That was a gift. It's actually sitting on the bookcase over there. It was a gift from Dr. Grayson to me many years ago. And it's just so nice to feel. I mean, it's so tactile.
Yeah. Look at
Um,
the carving on it, Bede. The
yeah, that
finish.
carving. Because when you run your fingers over that carving, you can feel the flowers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
it's remarkable.
remarkable.
Such a lovely shape. Oh,
Oh,
satire of
sorry, Bede. I should have
extraordinary.
put it the other way around. Oh, God, doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so two tigers have a bull for.
Oh, yeah, they're attacking a bull.
Is it a? Yeah, it looks like a water buffalo.
Yeah.
Look at the striations in the horn. Normally you'd think like ibex or something, but these are short broadhorns. That's probably water buffalo,
Ah, okay.
which would put up a real serious fight for two tigers.
It's
Not
interesting
that,
because in Persian plays there is always a lion attacking a bull, and now in India, tigers attacking a
yeah. Well, I
buffalo.
mean, but in the old days in Iran, there were tigers around Mazandaran and places like that, up in the Caspian
We have no
jungles.
cheetahs there, you know that, right?
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Persian cheetah. Yeah,
Yeah, well, Persian. I saw somebody did a genetic study of them recently, so
yeah,
that must be
yeah.
still. I mean, when you've got these unique animals, you want to make sure you keep them if you can. I mean, sometimes they've gone too far. Cheetahs have had a very interesting history. They had a genetic bottleneck at some stage in their history, and they're all terribly closely related. And the real worry is if there's ever a disease that targets cheetahs, they'll all be gone in a flash because they're too closely related to each other,
Yeah.
even from like India, Iran, and Africa. I mean, they're definitely distinct from each
I
other, but they're
remember,
still.
in Iran now they're heavily under protection. The cheetahs, Persian cheetahs, they look different
Mhm.
to African. And then there was a
Yeah.
boy, and I don't know what happened to his mom. It was his name. They named him Piruz. And then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then there was a boy, beautiful cheetah, Persian cheetah, and then they were raising it because I don't know what mom was killed, and so, and then they had problems, and then a team of Iranian vets and all tried to save it, but then he had kidney problems, and then they were
Ah,
looking for kidney. I said, how can you keep looking for kidney for a cheetah? And then they couldn't save it, and I remember when it died, Firuz died, a small boy, cheetah boy,
mm,
and the whole
mhm.
vats were crying in Iran.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
Well, and
sad.
cheetahs are of the big cats. They are the ones that are most likely to form attachments with humans.
Oh,
They're the doggiest of the cats, if you know what I mean. They're more dog-like. And as young adults, male cheetahs hunt together, so they're used to cooperating. I mean,
mm,
lions obviously do it as a
yeah,
general lifestyle thing.
yeah.
But I think that was the reason that they could never breed them in captivity in the old days. So all cheetahs that were used for hunting were captured wild as young cheetahs. And so that put pressure on the populations over centuries because using cheetahs in hunting, I mean, I've seen Sasanian silverwork showing a cheetah sitting on the back of a horse, I think, if my memory
Yeah,
serves me
yes, I
correctly.
know which ones you mean. Yes.
Yeah. And they were used in well, there's a very famous painting from China of Kublai Khan hunting, and one of his attendants has a cheetah sitting on the cushion at the back of his saddle on his horse. And that was common in Iran too, and in northern India. But in
Mhm.
India, in like the 19th century, they often had special carts
Yeah,
that they transported the cheetahs in because they weren't as comfortable with them sitting on the back of their horse,
yeah.
which is probably quite logical. Um, but yeah, see this pierced work. I mean, obviously the person that had this made. I mean, even the gilding
It's
is of such high
unbelievable.
quality.
I
I mean, you know,
Beat these type of Qatar you don't see every day. Such a beautiful work, huh? Work of art.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the piercing animal engraving, well, not engraving, but bas relief work on
Yeah, yeah.
Qatars was always the high end.
High
Um,
end, high
I
end.
mean, there's Qatars that belong to Akbar I think there's Shah Jahan one
Yeah.
surviving.
I mean,
And
imagine being who could have owned such a Qatar back then? Look at this one.
well, some of the Maharajas were
Yeah.
incredibly wealthy.
Yes.
Whaley or in places like that, you think of that. But Mughal emperors too.
Yes.
And the Marathas got incredibly wealthy for a while until
Yes.
the
They did.
English took a lot of it home. Um, oh,
Look
it's
at
a
this
fish
one.
with a little turquoise ball in its mouth and
Yes.
ruby eye.
Exactly. Ruby
Is that a
eye.
knife handle? There it is, a knife handle. I can see the hole for the tang.
Yeah.
How lovely and yeah, how whimsical. I mean, it's
Isn't it
sometimes people just
beautiful? It's so beautiful with
yeah,
gold inlaying on it, rock crystal,
yeah,
ruby eye, and its mouth.
yeah, with the little pearl.
Is it a
Well, that's not a
fish?
pearl, turquoise. Yeah,
Is it a
I mean,
fish?
yeah, I'm pretty certain it's a fish.
Yeah.
And could you imagine when the blade was mounted coming out of its tail? I noticed it's interesting the way they've designed it. It has a slight swelling in the middle, so even though it doesn't have the curl over pommel of other types of Kanjar hilts, I still think you could get a very good grip on it.
Yeah.
But oh, that's so
Beautiful.
whimsical. 'Cause there was a famous standard Shivaji or somebody like that had a giant gold fish as a standard for battle. I think it survives. Um, or double bladed,
Yeah.
triple
Yeah.
barred.
Triple
But
bar.
look at the strength of those blades.
Yeah. Very strong blade speed. Very strong.
Yeah. I mean, I've got an Indian spearhead that's made like that, not double bladed, but with that really deep flooring, actually.
Yeah.
And they're so nicely made.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at them and think to yourself, oh, the blacksmiths making these blades were really expert. I mean, that's the reason that Indian sword blades were traded all over the Middle East as well, because the quality of the blacksmithing or swordsmithing is correct. Oh, look at that one too. Another perfect design.
Yeah. And the bars are interconnected. Do you see that, Pete?
Yeah, yeah, they got little bands between them.
Mhm.
And really nice gold. I think it's Kofgari. It looks
Yes,
very
it is, Pete.
it's very thick gold, isn't it?
It is.
But that blade is a beautiful. Oh, this one's even better. Yeah, I like that shaped blade. Yeah,
The collection has exceptional Qatars. Exceptional ones,
yeah,
really.
they're a very beautiful weapon, um, and unique to the Indian subcontinent. I mean,
Yeah.
nowhere else did people make
Mm,
katars.
mm,
Oh, a tool are of extraordinary curvature.
extraordinary. Very heavy weapon.
The
This one.
yeah, it looks like it would chop through a yeah. I was this the hilt is also exceptionally well crafted of
Yeah,
the previous one.
this one as well.
That is I've never seen one quite as striking as that. This is a very solid blade. That's double edged, isn't it?
This one is mostly sharp on inside. This one, right?
So it's one of those. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
It's most of the ones like that I've seen are more like a yataghan shape.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but this one is Maybe that's a earlier blade design. It doesn't look like
Very
an
nice.
old blade, but really solid. Aha!
And
Yes, it's the
this
ragged
is
edge.
sharp as hell. This is
Oh,
so
look at that.
sharp. You can shave your nail with it.
That looks really dangerous.
Yes.
Uh,
It is
I mean,
very
as
dangerous.
a person using it, it would be dangerous to the person using it.
It is so sharp. It's unbelievable.
These were show-off pieces. I mean, they were just to show that. But look at the where a fuller would normally be. Look at the decoration they've carved into the blade there.
Yeah.
So much work's gone into that.
And the handle is a horse head. Look at this.
Again, we like our horses. I've got one of those hanging on the wall behind me. Um,
And this
oh, look at
one
that.
bead has a Persian
Look at
blade. Beautiful blade.
the
But
watering is incredible.
yes, it's a Persian blade, but this what is added later to it. I can read it because it's written in Persian, but it is Indian handwriting, right? I have to say that, right?
Uh-huh.
انتقام الرعد و دین جنگی و ذوالفقار عمل شریف. So it's even dated. The date is 1125, right? And so the work of Sharif, and then it says it's going to take revenge by using this type of Zolfaqar sword or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So
It's really nice. They often say the knuckle guard tool hilts are North Indian and possibly Muslim. I don't think I've seen any strong evidence for that, but it is a accepted thing among collectors.
yes, look at on top
They're
of it
very
the watering, please.
Yeah, the watering, I mean, is exceptionally beautiful. It's is that the 40 rungs of ladder? Is that
Yes, yes,
yeah, yeah. That is really a beautiful blade.
beautiful blade. This is exceptional and strong blade. Such a strong and sharp blade. Really.
Yeah, well, this is what gets me about Shamshu blades is often they're so thick at the back. They look like these little curved, delicate swords, and they're as solid as anything.
Solid, yeah, very thick. Yeah, yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Bede, look at this one.
Oh, Shika
Yeah,
hunting sword.
hunting. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
one of my friends used to have one of these. It was remarkably beautifully carved, incredibly sharp too. It
yeah,
looked so decorative, yet it was totally
sharp.
functional.
Totally, this one as well. Totally sharp. Look
Yeah,
at this.
we've got. It looks like a tiger's grabbing a deer as a guy's about to shoot him. The
Yes.
bow. It's hard. It's a hard life out in the jungle with people out hunting it. And it looks like there's an elephant's come along and grabbed a tiger by its tail with its
Yes.
tongue. Never trust an elephant in a bad mood.
No. And this one,
Oh,
very solid
that
blade.
looks so functional.
Yeah, really nice.
That style of hilt, I've got a couple of swords with those hilts, and they're actually really, I mean, with the knuckle guard, and it looks quite closed compared to a European knuckle guard, but it actually fits the hand really well.
Yeah.
And that blade, yeah, those deep.
This one is also beautiful patterned
Oh,
crucibles.
yeah, yeah.
Look at this.
See, this is a perfect example that Indian swords were like Japanese swords. You could change the fittings quite easily. So the workshop that made the hilts is entirely different from the workshop that made the blades. And sometimes the blades like this are imported. And you can see the watering in the blade.
This is again a Persian blade, Bande Shah Velayat Abbas, which says here, right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And look at this one. And now, Pete, this one is also sharp. Really, this is unbelievable.
But it's
Indians
very
have so
fanciful.
many designs, coming from a Persian background, because I mostly do Persian. Okay, I wrote about this as well. When I see there are so many designs in India, it's so interesting for me,
Oh yeah, and some are fanciful and a little bit funny, and others are deeply interesting in their
Because we
design.
talked about it, Persians and Japanese are very conservative in design, but Indians and Chinese are very innovative in design.
Yeah. Well, see, that's like a Ferengi grip or a Kanda grip that
Yeah,
you would see on either a Kanda or a
yeah.
Ferengi type sword. I've got one over leaning against the wall.
Uh,
And it's a very practical because you can use it two-handed if you want, or you can use the spike because usually the tang goes all the way up the spike.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can use it to defend your wrist if a blade kind of comes in like that. You can block it like that, or you can hook it over the top of a shield and pull the shield down. So very practical. They're quite comfortable. They look the handle looks very spare. They're usually covered in velvet, but they're actually really quite comfortable to hold.
Beat.
And it's weird because they're both riveted onto the blade and the tang goes up to the end of the
Please
spike.
take a look at this sword, right?
Mhm.
Now look at here.
Yeah.
Do you see the stone?
Yeah, it's just show off. We're just so good at this, they're saying. Just look at how good we can make this.
Having such a dangerous looking blade, and then you have a stone set in it.
Yeah, well, if you can get past the blade, you can have the diamond. Look, the most amazing thing about this is if the scabbard had survived, if there was one. I mean, some blades never had scabbard,
No,
but
I don't think so. What kind of scabbard can you put this blade in?
yeah, I know. Unless the scabbard's just really broad.
Yes.
Oh no, that's crazy. I'm sure there was somebody who could actually use that in fighting
Yeah, of
successfully,
course.
but
You know,
I'd
this is
be
something.
really worried.
There is something, and as a like a martial artist, I always say, just because you don't know a certain weapon, you cannot transfer from what you know. So, oh, that weapon cannot be used. I don't like this type.
Oh no,
You know what I mean, Beat, right? Exactly.
yeah, yeah, no. This is
Yeah.
this is totally
Oops, sorry.
wonderful.
So you see,
Oh, it's got gold tigers and elephants on it as well.
yes,
Oh, there's a rhinoceros further back.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Unfortunately, it's
Really
gone. But the whole surface was at one time like with gilded or
completely
whatever.
gilded.
Yeah. And then it's gone.
Oh, that's amazing.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are ghosts, like ghost elephants and ghost tigers and ghost rhinos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. And this one, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this one.
Oh, is that looks like it might be from uh Tipu Sultan's armory.
Yeah.
Just look
And
at
this is
the elephant with the tiger grabbing its trunk on that hill.
Pete.
That's
Look at this.
classic.
Let me just show the
Oh,
blade.
that blade is
All
amazing.
chiseled.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This is emperor level.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. All have different faces. You can see
Mm.
every detail.
Do you see that the I think it's the ruler on the elephant. He's got the like Havana, like
Yeah,
the nimbus, I think is the
yeah,
proper word for it, around his head to
yeah,
show he is divinely appointed. But yeah, that's actually showing a hunt because I can see a tiger biting a poor fellow on the backside there,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is never a good thing to happen to you. Uh,
Yeah, it's a hunt. You're right. It's a hunt.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, look at these.
beautiful
Yeah,
weapon.
exactly. Here, you mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the poor fellow.
Yeah. And look at the handle beat.
Oh yeah, this is. I'm guessing this is Mysore because of the motive of the tiger attacking the elephant.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um,
right. The tiger here is
yeah,
attacking the elephant. Yeah.
and the elephant's pulled back its trunk so it doesn't get bitten, and the tiger's looking backwards, saying, "Oops, something's going to go wrong here." But that's such. This is when I say late, 18th century or 19th century. Um, it's such good craftsmanship and such good design. This is almost, if it was European, you'd say this is Baroque. It's
Breathtaking.
so, yeah,
Breathtaking beauty.
mm,
Sharpened inside here, right?
yeah.
Breathtaking.
That's that is a really serious sword blade. Oh yeah,
Very well
amazing, isn't it?
balanced, everything. And now let us go to another emperor level Indian sword.
Oh, so that's
The
a Kanda blade mounted in Kanda fashion,
Look at this.
but a
Sorry.
jade hilt.
At
Yeah,
this.
that's
Look
incredible.
at this. Incredible.
Mm. I
This
mean
is
the, well,
made of crucible steel, Indian crucible steel.
oh yeah,
Beautiful.
I handled a candle once. It was like black woods. So the background was black with wavy lines, and it was so sharp. It was like a razor blade with a mounting to keep the blade stiff. It was just so sharp. This one looks equally sharp.
Very sharp.
So that metal mounting along the top of the blade there is to stiffen the blade because they make them quite thin, so they cut really deeply, really fast. They're not like an armor piercing sword. They're really for slashing very seriously. Which is probably why you can afford to have a jade hilt on it because it's not going to take a lot of stress. That is one of those really beautiful shields with the
Yeah.
embossed
Yes.
figures coming out of them and then chiseling and then gilding and
Yes.
then raised gilding. I mean,
And the back of it as well. You see that?
oh, so it's still got its lining. That's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. This is original. Everything, right? It's coming off on top.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see it was originally glued in. You can see the traces of the glue is turned to, I
Yeah.
don't know, crystal. Um,
It's really beautiful.
see, yeah. So the thing to remember when you see these metal shields, they weren't just plain on the inside. They were often completely lined, and obviously there's always a cushion for where your hand goes
Yes. Yeah. Mm.
because you hit people with these. You didn't just use them to defend yourself.
Yes.
That's really nice. Oh, Indonesia, another great place.
Look at this.
Oh,
Pete, look.
oh,
No
that's
matter from
beautiful.
which part of the world this collection has something, it is exceptional.
Yeah, the silver work on that is top level Indonesian silver work. I mean, they do really good silver work in their traditional, everything. Even their, I've got a pair of butt spikes and barrel covers for a pair of spears from Indonesia, and they're done in embossed brass. But this is silver. But imagine the same thing done in brass and then polished up so it looks like gold. And the quality is unbelievable. And this is Pamel blade.
Yeah, Palmer.
Probably it would benefit the owner to get someone from Indonesia who was an expert in Pamel to restore the blade because that blade would have been spectacular when it was young.
Yeah, it needs
Uh,
restoration, definitely. I wrote it
yeah,
as well in the analysis of it. The blade,
yeah.
the
Because the
shape.
thing about it is there are people in Indonesia that can do this
Yeah, yeah,
still.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a lost art.
No, no, no.
There are highly skilled people in
Yeah, it needs
Indonesia that can do this stuff.
restoration. Absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean, the owner knows it. This needs restoration.
yeah. But the
Look at this
silver work
one.
is superb. Oh, that's wonderful. You've got this exotic blade and a bird as the hilt,
Yes,
holding a holding a nut or a berry in its
yes.
beak.
Pete,
Which
look.
look at that. See, this is
Oh,
all done by hammering.
yeah.
See, this could
Um,
be meteoric iron with nickel inclusions, or it could be layers of nickel and steel forged welded together and then folded. It's just incredible work.
incredible work, Pete.
Yeah.
Incredible work. Pete, we are at the end of our presentation in Streshinskiy Collection. I really hope you enjoyed it. Exceptional collection, isn't it, Pete?
That was so splendid. It was so beautiful. And the thing is, it covers such a wide range from Morocco to Indonesia. I
Yes.
mean, this is a wide range. Yet you see similar artistic brilliance
Yeah.
from one side of the world to the other. And I mean, people forget that we think of weapons as tools for fighting, but weapons were also part of people's clothing and jewelry, and these were therefore sometimes highly decorated and decorated in specific ways to bring out the elegance of their shape in that. So if you think of them just as something that people go choppy choppy or stabby stabby,
Yeah, I
you,
see.
you kind of lose
You
what's really
lose.
going on because people did not fight 24 hours a day. Most of the time, these weapons were just being worn or being carried in front of somebody important. And the purpose of the artistic side of it was to make it art.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get lost in what was really going on with this.
Yes, I mean, I
Um,
think it is, the older I get, the more I, can corroborate. And then, we need to market these things as pieces of art, although they are weapons. Of course they are.
yeah, yeah.
But
Well, this is it. And there's a lot of museums that have really beautiful things, but because the predominant culture they were brought up with was focusing on a beautiful vase or a ewer or something like that, and they've lost the understanding of the artistic quality of these things,
yes.
which is sad. It's not that they can't, because I've seen some beautiful exhibitions of arms and armor.
Beat, I need to say, for example, there are some museums. I contacted a museum and they have, because I have likely, drawings from 19th century of a very old Chinese arms and armor collection in Germany. But then I asked the museum, why don't you put it in the, as a exhibition? They said, no, we don't want to do anything to do with arms and armor. And then this is, you see, that's what I
Yeah,
mean, you know, and I just
yeah.
said,
I can look. I understand where they're coming from, and I don't blame them for that. But you've got to look past the superficial understanding of things. These are meant to be worn. They were meant to adorn people. They are the same as jewelry or, I mean, clothing, couture. I mean, this is at the time, this is part of life.
yeah,
Now, people did dreadful things with them, but people did dreadful things with all kinds of stuff, not just weapons. And so, therefore, I think people should step back a little bit and say, is it beautiful or is it not?
yeah, absolutely.
There are some people that have a kitchen full of knives and none of them are sharp, and they're cutting themselves all the time because they don't know how to use knives. If you learn what knives are about and you're in your kitchen, you don't cut yourself.
Yes, that's
So
right.
therefore, it's understanding what the object is for and how it's used is important. And sometimes how it's used is not its primary function, which might be a sword or something. It may be as a decoration to show off how
Yes,
what
true.
good taste you have. I'm
Thanks a
sorry I'm
lot.
rubbing my nose so much, but it's spring here and
No
there
problem.
are pollen in the air. And
Thanks a lot, Pete. I wish you a nice day and thank you very much. Have a nice day.
thank you. It
Bye
was
bye.
really interesting.
Thank you.